Well, Rodolfo Roman here of The Roman Show. It's a pleasure and an honor to have this man right here, Mr. Alberto El Patron, the president of Combate Ameicas. Combate Ameicas is coming to town in Miami, Florida, July 27th in Wynwood in Miami. First and foremost, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for bringing mixed martial arts to Miami. It's been a while since we had a really big promotion like Combate Ameicas come to Miami.
No, thank you for having us here. And no, the honor is mine. I used to live here in Miami. Florida is one of my favorite states. Miami is one of my favorite cities, and it's the perfect place to have Combate Ameicas in town.
One thing about Combate Ameicas is they're doing different from the first time when they came here is that they're teaming up with El Clásico. It's a big soccer game taking place at the Hard Rock Stadium that week. How cool it is to team up MMA and soccer, two sports that are very, very, well, especially with MMA, picking up now in Latin America and South America.
Well, as you know, Latin people, they love football, soccer, and they love people fighting. So it's the perfect combination of Combate Ameicas, two amazing brands, two amazing organizations, Real Madrid and Combate Ameicas in the same town. Is going to be something that the fans are going to enjoy in July 27th.
So we're going to have some of the players at Combate Ameicas, or we're going to have some of the fighters over at El Clásico on Sunday?
Well, when Campbell, McLaren, and Alberto El Patron are conducting business, anything can happen.
Now, I know soccer is huge in Mexico. You follow all the Mexican leagues, El Chivas. Are you a fan of El Chivas? Any of the big soccer teams that you're a fan of?
No, I mean, it's a big team, Toluca, the Diablos of Toluca. They're probably the fifth most popular team in Mexico. I mean, they're up there with Chivas and America and Cruz Azul when it comes to titles. But no, I don't support Chivas or America.
Some of the fighters that we're looking into in Combate Ameicas, who are the guys that they're still not familiar with the product that we should keep an eye on that you are a big fan of?
Yeah, well, we have a bunch of. I mean, all of our fighters are fantastic. I'm a big fan of all the athletes that we have in the organization, and of course we are a company that is still growing, but we're giving the opportunity to anyone who wants to come and showcase their talent. As long as we always, my boss and friend Campbell McLaren always say this, anyone is more than welcome to come and fight for Combate Ameicas as long as they fight like Mexicans.
Last time I spoke to Campbell, he said they were looking at some other places they're going to visit aside from Mexico. I think one of the places he mentioned was Colombia. Are we looking at other South American countries that you're going to visit, or in the islands in the Caribbean?
No, yeah. We were about to go to Costa Rica for the next month. No, we was going to be this month, but we ended up we're going to end up going to Mexico City at the end of the month, just because TV Azteca or Azteca America, they're our partners, business partners, and the owner of the company wanted to have Combate Ameicas one more time in my homeland, Mexico. But yeah, we have offers to go to Colombia, Costa Rica, Argentina, Chile. Even Korea wants to have, because one of our business partners is from Korea, and they're interested in bringing the company all the way there. But we need to walk before we run. So the company is doing fantastic things, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to go to all those places eventually. But at the moment, we're just focusing in the States and Mexico.
You guys have been doing phenomenal in Mexico. I was looking at some of the numbers. There are 4 million viewers on a weekly basis. You know, other company there, UFC, they're out there as well. I think Bellator probably throws in their product, but you guys have done great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we have better numbers than UFC. They have like 1.4 whenever they do something in Mexico. Of course, they do amazing around the world, but when it comes to Mexico, there's no one better than Combate Ameicas. We have over 4 million viewers. They were talking about probably reaching the over 5 million viewers for the next month, and that's something that I said to everybody when I started working for Combates. I said I'm 100% sure that by the end of the year we're gonna be bigger than the UFC in Mexico. And it only took us like 4 or 5 months to do that. Again, around the world is a different situation. We know UFC is the biggest company in the world when it comes to UFC, but we're doing amazing things, and it's only gonna get better.
So now that you're in the fighting business, not as a fighter, not as a competitor, but now as a president, what are your thoughts on the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight? Since now you're behind the scenes looking out the competition that's taking place.
Well, everybody knows what's gonna happen. That's just a joke. It's disrespectful for the boxing business, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's all entertaining. These days, the sport is totally different. You have to be an athlete and also an entertainer, and same for the companies, because I mean, you need to give something enjoyable for the fans, or you need to have something that will draw more people to your arena or make them buy more pay-per-views, and that's exactly what it is. We know what's going to happen. Everybody knows what's going to happen in that boxing fight. I just hope that they have a real fight, and we don't have anything weird with one of those results that we don't have a controversial result at the end of the fight, because that will hurt the sport of boxing a lot. And me being a big fan of boxing, someone that loves boxing, it will make me really mad.
Who wins in this, boxing or mixed martial arts? Who wins in that fight? You know, as far as, because you're bringing in people from MMA that probably are not fans of boxing, or those boxing fans that are just diehard boxing that will never flip the channel to watch MMA. So who wins in this?
Well, no, it's going to be a boxing fight. So it's going to be the boxing fans and the boxer, the one who's going to be victorious that night. McGregor has no chance on defeating Floyd Mayweather. Number one, because in order to defeat Mayweather, you need to catch him first. And but if it was an MMA fight, of course McGregor will destroy. Like, I mean, I know McGregor is a good boxer, and it's gonna take him a while. Plus, Mayweather doesn't have the punch to knock him out, or maybe, I don't know. But there's no way McGregor can defeat Mayweather in a boxing fight. But if it was an MMA fight, McGregor will destroy Mayweather in 30 seconds. It's just, we have an old saying in Mexico, zapatero tus zapatos. Just stay in your business and you'll do fine. But in this particular event, for this particular fight, it's going to be Mayweather winning that night.
And now that you're in Combate Ameicas, there's other promotions that have booked fights like men, they're, competitors, they're in their late 40s, early 50s. What are your thoughts on that?
You mean fighters still fighting at the age of 40?
Ken Shamrock and a Kimbo Slice, or we saw Royce Gracie going in, returning after not being in combat for some time. So your thoughts on that? Will Combate Ameicas ever think of putting a fight like that?
No, we don't do that. I respect all those names that you just mentioned. I'm friends with some of them, and they are the ones that made this sport big. The Gracie family, Ken Shamrock, Frank Shamrock, all those guys, they were the ones paving the way for all the new fighters. But we in Combates, we do business in a different way. We like to create our own stars, and our idea is to have all these fighters from different places and make them the next big thing in MMA. We will never have washed-up fighters or fighters that were retired and they just want to come back to make some extra money. We will never have fighters like that in our organization.
I want to turn my attention to you. You're going to be competing for the title against Bobby Lashley, and we just found out that your father, Dos Caras, will be in your corner at Slammiversary. Your thoughts on that? Let us in on the scoop.
Well, we talked about this, I think, since last month, I think. And to me, it's fantastic to have a company like Impact Wrestling doing things in a different way, in a better way for the fans, trying to have a better product, something better for the wrestling fans, because we have a problem when it comes to pro wrestling. There's only one big company, and everybody wants to do what that company does. They don't try to. They don't think outside the box. They don't try to have a known product with their own ideas, and Impact Wrestling with their new owners, with the new people behind the project and the new talent. They're trying to do something different, and in this particular case, they they're really trying to reach out for the Latino fans. They're not just saying it, they're doing it, and that's one of the reasons why they invited my dad to be a part of the pay-per-view. And I mean, I'm completely happy because I'm gonna have my friend, my mentor, my dad in my corner for that important night.
Speaking of Latino wrestlers, I saw you in Jersey. You pretty much passed the torch to Cero Miedo, Pentagon. Can you let me know a little bit about that and your thoughts on Pentagon, what he means to the future of professional wrestlers as Latin American and Hispanic?
No, he's a great guy. He's a great competitor, an amazing, super talented wrestler, and he's one of the kids that I like in this moment. I never pay compliments to anybody. I just there's a lot of wrestlers or fighters out there with a lot of talent, but they don't have the brains to take themselves or their brand to the next level. And this kid is really respectful. He's someone that loves the business and respects the guys on top or the guys that were there before him. And I really meant that night. Eddie, my uncle passed it to Eddie, or Eddie to Ray to me, and I'm doing the same for Pentagon. I'm not just because I say so, because he has the skills to be the next big thing coming out of Mexico or coming out of Latin America.
Alberto, I want to thank you so much for your time. We look forward to Combate Ameicas taking place here in Miami, July 27th. You're going to stay tuned for the soccer game on the 29th. Anything else you want to add?
No, thank you for helping us promote this amazing event here in Miami.
This is The Roman Show.